Hey everyone, welcome back to MB Studio, and today I'm here to talk about Cobra Kai Season 4, Episode 8, titled Party Time. Great episode overall. I really liked it. I liked pretty much everything about it besides a few things I'll get into later. I wasn't expecting it to get dark, though. For an episode about prom, there's definitely some dark stuff that happens, like what Terry Silver does, and the Miguel and Johnny scene that I'll get to later. But let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Let's talk about Stingray. He's been on probation, and he's been annoying his neighbor Greg, who just thinks he's lazy, and you can tell that Stingray's gonna get revenge on him at some point. So he returns to Cobra Kai, but Kreese kicks him out, saying he was a buffoon, which I didn't even know was a word, and an embarrassment, and a joker. So yeah, pretty much Kreese leaves. Or not Kreese, Stingray leaves. So, yeah. Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Stingray in these episodes. Like, he was funny in Season 2, but, like, here it feels out of place, and it just feels a little bit filler for his character to come in so randomly. I mean, I get he's supposed to be for, like, comic relief, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense how we're, still on this character, like, 2 seasons later. So, I don't know. Okay. So, Robbie and Toy are going to go to prom together, strictly as a tactical move, she says. Although we know it's more than that. So yeah, Terry gives Robbie a car to go to prom in, as well as giving his mom money, a job, and some cash. So you can tell Terry has some tricks up his sleeve. So then we kind of get this interesting Johnny versus Silver showdown, which I didn't expect would happen because these two haven't actually shared a scene together at all. So I wasn't expecting this showdown. So right when he's about to kill Johnny, one thing I will notice is that Johnny is using some Miyagi-Do moves, which tells that he did learn from Daniel no matter what happened. So before Silver's about to pretty much kill Johnny, Kreese says he'd rather sell little things at the tournament. So, okay, here's the thing. You can tell Kreese has changed here. Like, he's having a big character change. And this season in particular, he's gotten a lot more soft. And I think it's because Johnny is concerned. Like, he hasn't ever... I don't know. He's never having to purposely want to hurt Johnny. I mean, he has, but, like, he's always kind of, like, still cared about him and didn't want, like, to kill him or anything. So... yeah, and you can definitely tell that Silver's turning into the bad guy, and Kreese still the bad guy, but he might be turning a little bit better, and it's just interesting that they're kind of like at odds again, which was kind of introduced last episode. Okay, so then we cut to prom, and we have Sam and Miguel are going together, and they're happy together, and then Robbie and Tori come in, and things get awkward. You can definitely tell this love square is back. Robbie and Tori show off their moves on the dance floor, and Tori admits that she just wants to win this one thing to show the world that she's not a disappointment. I mean, Sam has kicked her ass 2 times, so I think she really just wants to win this one time, you know, so she can actually also feel good about herself, because she's gone through a lot, you can agree. Like, Tori... like, not just this season, but like the entire series, she's gone through a lot, and she just wants this one thing to be proud of, this one trophy on her nightstand, to remind herself that she still matters and that she's not a disappointment, unlike a lot of people say. That was really good. I like her speech, and Sam really annoyed me this episode, I gotta say, because, well, Miguel's staring at Tori, Sam's staring at Robbie, they both get mad at each other for it, whatever. I mean, Robbie and Tori are rooting more for them at this point. And then, meanwhile, Dimitri and Yasmin are still a thing, so good for them. And Hawk is trying to flirt with Moon to get back with her. So we have that stuff going on. So let's go over to the after party. Stingray hosts an after party, so good for him. But then he also sucker punches his neighbor in the face. So yeah, that was funny. He definitely had that coming. Okay. So yeah, and then we have a prom fight. Sam starts a fight against Tori, and Miguel and Robbie intervene. And yeah, you could definitely tell there's a love square re-emerging. I don't think it's gonna come back fully. I think this actually might be towards the end of this love square. I think we're nearing the end of it. I'm not totally sure. But I gotta say, that fight, there was some good choreography. I don't think it was nearly one of the best fights they've ever done. I think it was kind of weak. Just, I don't know. Why did they have to fight at prom is my question. Like, save it until the tournament. Isn't that what Silver said? No fighting until the tournament, but they still are? Like, I'm confused. So, yeah. And then we also have Louis' sister, Vanessa, who's actually Ralph Macchio's daughter, I'm pretty sure. It wants to take a look at Anthony. They want to try to get his mental stuff helped. And pretty much, it's not that, we all know that Sam's privileged. So is Anthony, but we all know that they pay more attention to Sam than Anthony. Part of it's their fault, part of it's just how Anthony's been raised, which is also their fault in a sense. I do feel bad for the kid. Sure, it doesn't excuse the fact that he bullied Kenny severely, but, you know, I still kind of feel bad for him until we find out that he's been on his iPad the whole time. You've been using it. Daniel almost, like, maybe wants to turn over a new leaf with him and say, hey, I want to start giving you attention like we give your sister. But then he finds out that he's been using the iPad the whole time and he breaks it apart. That's, I don't know. How do I say this? It was funny, but it also wasn't right. I don't know. Anthony shouldn't have done that, but I think that was a little bit too far for Daniel to go, in my opinion. I don't know. But pretty much, he also gets the message across, pretty much saying, if you're going to continue to disrespect and disobey us, you're in for one hell of a ride. So, and then he takes the trash out later, so he has one productive thing in his life so far. Yay. But we don't care. Just fix yourself, and maybe we will care more about you. But it's kind of hard to do that, considering what you've done to this poor kid. Okay, so let's talk about this one scene that got me hard. So pretty much Miguel goes to see Johnny after prom. He's drunk on the floor after him getting beaten by Silver. He puts him to bed. Miguel confesses that he loves him. Johnny says he wants to be a father to him. And then he says, I love you too, Robbie. So Miguel just... Great acting right there, I gotta say. And then he just cries and he leaves. Okay, here's the thing. Johnny is drunk, so obviously he doesn't know any better. But poor Miguel. Imagine hearing that when Robbie said earlier in the night, my dad doesn't really care about you. He's just bonding with you to make me jealous. Like, hearing that and then hearing him say, I love you too, Robbie. But then again, Robbie is his son. But also, like, so I understand Miguel has to realize that they are father and son, like, actually. But also, Robbie has shown multiple times he doesn't want Johnny to be his father. And so does he care, does he not? Because that matters here. And it also matters to Miguel's personal, like, mental life, too. Okay. So yeah, that scene was tough to watch, for sure. Okay, and then finally, Stingray comes back to Cobra Kai, and Silver's very drunk from the previous night, so then Stingray wants to be in Cobra Kai, but Silver beats him up, and that's how it ends. Pretty brutally, honestly. Like, he probably broke several bones there. Overall, good episode. I'm still not totally sold on certain stuff, but the good news is that we'll get through it together. So thanks for watching this video. I'm going to like, comment, subscribe, and turn your post notifications to see your next video. Thanks for watching, and bye everyone.